Hurricane Ida slams the Gulf Coast, the Gulf region of Louisiana with Category 4 strength with wind speeds of 150 miles per hour. This powerful storm making landfall today on the 16th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us at this hour for BNC Live. I'm Kelly Wright. Brittany Jones has the evening off. Hurricane Katrina made landfall in Louisiana on August 29, 2005 as a Category 3 hurricane. 1,800 lives were lost during that tragic storm after the levees broke, after they failed. Hundreds of miles of new levees were built around New Orleans after the devastation of Katrina. In Louisiana right now, hundreds of thousands of customers are without power, with outages expected to increase as the night goes on. According to poweroutage.us, more than 500,000 people in Louisiana are now in the dark. Let's head over to our weather center right now with Chief Meteorologist Kevan Smith and meteorologist Brittany Lockley with the very latest on this deadly hurricane. Kevin and Brittany?
That's right, Kelly. Indeed, it's a dangerous situation when it's developed across southern sections of Louisiana. And we have some video out of Grand Isle, Louisiana, showing the rise in ocean waters there. And also, we had breaking weather. We showed you about earlier of those rising waters trapping some folks into Grand Isle. And first responders can't even get down there because LA1, the toll road, is blocked with a lot of heavy rainfall. Currently, here's a satellite imagery of our storm system. Once again, has moved onshore. By the way, with our storm system made landfall near Port Fourchon at least around 11:55 local time with wind speeds of 150 miles per hour. Now that pressure was at 930 millibars. Now this is the lowest pressure storm system ever to hit Louisiana. The last one, of course, we had Hurricane Laura back in 2020 at a pressure of 937 millibars. The last island hurricane back in 1856 had a pressure of 934 millibars. Right now, you folks in New Orleans picking up some heavy rainfall as well as those gusty winds. It's this band here where we're seeing those wind gusts in excess of over 100 miles per hour. And that's pushing in from the south and also from the southwest. You folks in New Orleans, as well as all the way toward the east and toward Mississippi and Alabama, you're still under that storm surge warning, still expecting that storm surge over around 6 feet or so. And into Baton Rouge right now, we're picking up some moderate rainfall. Most of the heaviest activity is down toward Assumption Parish. We have a Department of Transportation cam along LA 70 showing the winds that are being pummeled as this storm system is starting to make its way in toward the Baton Rouge metro. And indeed, this storm system will be a Cat 2 as it moves over the capital city. So we have the hurricane warnings that are currently in effect for Baton Rouge into New Orleans. On top of that, we have a tornado watch that's just about to expire across the entire area. And then up toward Alexandria into Monroe, Jackson, over in toward Mobile, we have that tropical storm warning in effect all the way throughout the day on to Monday. So our wind speeds are now down to 125 miles per hour, which makes this now a Cat 3 storm. And the movement to the north-northwest still slowing down at 10 miles per hour, moving up toward Mississippi. As we push into your Monday, New Orleans in toward Mississippi and Alabama, we have that slight risk for severe weather with potential for more isolated tornadoes. We have received a few tornado warnings already, especially off along the east quadrant of the storm system, and of course those damaging winds in excess of 75 miles per hour. Now the heavy rainfall as the storm system makes its way toward the north and then to the northeast, we're expecting rainfall totals approaching over 8 inches or so into Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, over at least Humphreys County. That was the same area that saw the heavy rainfall as we push into next week. So once again, that timing still Baton Rouge, New Orleans over towards Slidell and Hammond. You're seeing the worst of the activity now. Baton Rouge, you'll pick up on that later this evening with those gusty winds well over 100 miles per hour, power outages, isolated tornadoes. Now further inland, Natchez, Macomb into Hattiesburg, Laurel, Vicksburg, Jackson into Monroe. Throughout the day tomorrow, heavy rainfall, those wind gusting all the way up to around 75 to 85 miles per hour. Let's take a view of the tower cam as we knock this full to show you the view what is happening in toward New Orleans. And once again, there you go. And Brittany, we talked about this earlier today about what has been happening with that situation of the river actually has been turned around. Now normally the Mississippi flows from the north to the south, but it's actually now flowing from the south to the north because of the storm surge that is happening into New Orleans.
Now, Kevin, I want to show the viewers at home this video out of Grand Isle, Louisiana. The rising ocean water swamped the barrier islands earlier today as Ida churned throughout the wetlands. The conditions are disastrous. Parish President Cynthia Lee said in an update Sunday afternoon that they have gotten several requests for rescue efforts from the people who stay in the island. Currently, the water is covering the only way out. Now, pivoting over to St. Bernard Parish, part of the New Orleans metropolitan area, the storm is really going to test the New Orleans 14.5 billion flood protection system. Ida's storm surge has already reached 4 to 7 feet in southeast Louisiana. So let's go ahead and take a look at that 7-day forecast. Now, like Kevin said, the rain is going to stick around Monday through Tuesday as well. Now, Wednesday, now these are just some afternoon thunderstorms, definitely dealing with some of that moisture pulling up throughout the rest of the week. Now, Jackson, Mississippi, headed into Sunday night into Monday. That's when you're going to be experiencing the rainfall. So 100% chance of rain on Monday. And as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday, that rain is going to stick around. So Kevin, when you think about rainfall totals, how much do you think Jackson, Mississippi, and stretching up into Tennessee, where they already experienced that 17 inches of rainfall? So what are you thinking about that, Kevin?
Well, right now we're pumping out at least over 5 inches of rainfall for you folks, at least, and some folks even see up to 8 and 10 inches of rain. We already had reports in around the New Orleans area already 7 inches of rainfall. Therefore, New Orleans still continues with that flash flood warning that is in effect on top of that storm surge. And by the way, Brittany and Kelly and everyone, Baton Rouge, this storm system still moving your way. Not too bad into the capital city as of yet, but things will start to go downhill. And the bad thing about this, Kelly and Brittany, is starting to get dark. So everyone hunker down, stay home. Kelly.
Yeah, Kevin and Brittany, thank you so much. And the pictures that you've already shown us are so disturbing. This is a devastating storm that I should mention. And right now we do have team coverage in Louisiana. We thank again Brittany and Kevin as well. But BNC's Derrick Lewis is live from the Emergency Management Center in Baton Rouge. And Derrick, what updates do you have for us about this dangerous storm that is proving to be quite formidable as it pounds Louisiana?
Well, Kelly, many areas of this state is getting hit hard by Hurricane Ida. I want to show you what we're seeing here in downtown Baton Rouge. Now, we know that this storm is making its way to the Baton Rouge area. We are seeing heavy winds and rain in this area. The impacts of this storm has caused power outages. We know hundreds of thousands of people in this state are without power right now. The governor says it could take up to 3 weeks for power to be restored. Now, shelters are across the state, including here in Baton Rouge. They are open. Volunteers at the shelters, as well as families there. They must wear masks and social distance because of this pandemic as we deal with that, as well as this hurricane. Officials have crews on standby as they now have gone from preparation mode to response mode. I talked to the Chief Administrative Officer of East Baton Rouge Parish about emergency response today. Here's what he had to say. All right, so when we talked to him today, he was basically saying that this city is going now from the preparation mode to response mode. And he says that anyone who needs to call 911, their teams will be answering the phones. However, the response time will be slow because as the wind starts to pick up, then these vehicles, they cannot take that much wind, so they won't be out on the roads as much. So again, take shelter as needed because the response time could be slower than usual if you are calling 911. Now, the governor says he has the team has 72 hours in terms of response time for people on standby waiting to go out. There are more than 900 people here from rescue teams from different states coming here to Louisiana to make sure they help out with other people, including close to 5,000 National Guard members on standby waiting for this storm that is already making an impact in certain parts of Louisiana, but also coming here to Baton Rouge. Kelly?
Derrick, for the most part, since this is 16 years after Hurricane Katrina, have people taken advantage of the fact of the knowledge that the governor has, of course, sent out to them saying, get out of harm's way, evacuate? Or have you noticed that some people have chosen to stay and remain in Baton Rouge to weather the storm?
Yeah, well, I asked the chief administrative officer about that. He says that he believes that many people, most people actually, here in Baton Rouge are taking this storm seriously. But again, everybody is not going to be on one accord for whatever reason. So we have seen a few people, not many at all though, but we have seen a few people out here just walking around in this storm, one person even riding a bike. But for the most part, it has been a ghost town here in downtown Baton Rouge. People are either in these shelters, they're in their homes, they're inside, staying safe, and that is what the governor wants, because as people are out, as they're taking risks and they have to call 911, then you have these first responders who also have to go out and put their lives at risk trying to save other people. So for the most part, they are taking this seriously. It's been 16 years since Hurricane Katrina made landfall here in Louisiana. And officials, they've also done what they've had to do in terms of making a response better and preparing better for this storm, knowing that something like this could be happening again here in this state. Kelly?